What's up, you bunch of GP? We find ourselves here today in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Not Lancaster, folks.
That's right, we just talked to the locals. They taught us how to pronounce this place so that you all don't mess up when you come here. We are at Dutch Wonderland today.
Yes. Today is our Pennsylvania Family Park Day.
That's
so
right.
We're gonna see which one is better, Dutch Wonderland or Sesame Place.
You know, there's several things that we like to take into account, of course, when we come to a park, and we feel like these are the same criteria you all might judge parks by. Is it clean? How are the ops? How are the people that work here? How is it presented? How's the layout? What kind of rides do they have? Which park should you take your family to? So let the games begin. So we were deciding, because these two coasters are literally right beside each other, which thing do we want to ride first? And Gooch says wood first.
Wood first.
For a very specific reason, which I think you should tell the people. There's a mission.
I'm trying to ride every Woody in North America.
That's what she said.
And I'm only about 10 or so away. So every park I go to that has a Woody, I make sure I get on that first. So there's no chance of it breaking down, missing later. Let's get it right now.
Right this second.
So here we go on a nice little CCI Woody.
Yeah.
Called the Kingdom Coaster.
Which I love the paint job, man. Check this out, guys.
Yeah. Kingdom Coaster, CCI, Family, Woody. What do you guys think?
I think that was a great ride for family.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing up that.
It was like very calm, shallow drops.
Interesting
And it actually
layout.
picks up more speed right at the end. So it starts fairly calm, and it gets a little more speed to where the final little hill, we call it a little airtime. So you probably won't scare the kids till the very last moment. Like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah,
And,
like you said, interesting
It's
layout,
an
right?
interesting layout.
very
It kind of starts off and goes into a little dip, like a B&M dip pre-drop. And then does a little meandering, whatever. But you know, hey, it's for the children, man.
There was like a weird banked moment where I don't think it needed to bank. It wasn't even turning. It was like about to bank into a turn, but then when the turn hits, it straightens out, so it's all lateral.
Right.
I was like, what was that? But you know, hey, I feel like if you've got like a kid that's just barely tall enough to ride, like they'll be fine on this. It'll be like just the right level of intensity to give them like a little thrill, but not enough to where they're gonna be like traumatized and never want to ride a roller coaster again. You know?
Right.
It does what it sets out to do. I like there's like a fisherman in the center, like on top of it. Did you guys ever play Joust in the arcade?
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic.
There's some like flying ostriches.
Yeah, like why were they on ostriches? I always wondered that too.
You know, it's like ostrich backs that fly around.
Did that make it like more otherworldly or fantastical?
I guess.
Or like the
Because that was like a
programmers-
primo game at that time.
It was
They're like,
huge, yeah.
You gotta play Joust.
Oh, if you're not good at Joust, get out of the arcade, kid. I'll steal all your quarters.
Right.
For those of you that were born after the year 2000, just Google the word arcade. You'll understand what we're talking about. There used to be these things you put quarters in, and it only took one quarter to play a game, not like you're feeding a laundry machine.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Unless you're playing Street Fighter, though.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter cost.
That was probably the first one. It was like 50
Yeah.
cents a game.
And that 90s like fighting era, like that's when the price started going up.
Right.
So we have pandas eating honey, and their eyes look kind of, I don't know, man. What is going on with these pandas?
I don't know, man. I think the honey must be laced with acid.
Yo, I'm whacked out of my gourd.
I'm tripping, man.
There's kids climbing into my back. This is it's a very fresh pretzel. It says 2021 pretzel. Just in case you were thinking that this pretzel's been around a while, it's for this year. In case you were thinking about crawling on the pretzel, please do not.
Thank you.
Oh boy, I made it.
You made it just barely.
Barely.
Just barely. This might be your first coaster that you've been measured on since you were a child. They might measure you. For max height, they might measure you.
Well, they did at New England for Superman.
Oh wow.
I have a 6'5" limit. I'm 6'3".
And you did.
No, I'm 6'4".
6'4". You
but-
made it in.
Yeah, I made it. So, if I was got to pull my shoes off, I would have done that.
Hi friends, it's me, Merlin, and this is my magical castle, right through there.
What's a nice looking young man? All right, so we are about to ride a very unique SNS suspended family coaster.
I guess it's the only one in North America, as far as I know. It might be even in the world.
Yeah.
Very rare.
I've never seen one of these ever in my life. I know that much.
So we're gonna see what this thing is all about.
I've never seen anything like this before in my life. So these are this is the station house. They have actual doors.
They already get.
Oh, is this back row?
When have you ever seen this? They get my vote.
Yeah, look at this. There's like theming behind here. And then to find your row, you just line up in front of one of these doors.
Well, well, well. I'm impressed. I
am
am
as well.
pleasantly surprised.
Merlin's Mayhem.
Yes.
The newest coaster here in Dutchman. It was very impressive with the theming.
Yeah.
The trains have onboard sound.
I was not ready for that.
And it's a fun little layout.
He was pulling some G's.
Yeah.
Get some forces, and not quite as smooth as the Vekoma.
There's definitely a little
a
rattle.
little more rattling.
Dragon Flyer or Freedom Flyer at Fun Spots even would be a little smoother than this.
Right.
But not to the degree of like, oh, don't bring your kids on this, it's too rough.
Not
Just
that
got a
long.
little rattle, just noticeable rattle. We were about to dispatch from the station house and I was looking around, I'm like, they didn't have to do all this. Like this is extra padding to the experience.
Impressive. I've never seen half of these flats and things that are
Yeah, I've never seen that flat before ever in my
In
life.
my life. It's like, where the hell did they get these rides that I've never seen anywhere?
They have so many, like, everything here is like a one of one. It's
Right.
like,
It's like a
we've got the only SNS suspended family coaster. I've never seen that damn thing before.
super unique attraction.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Guess we get our own boats.
I guess we all get to drive our own boats, yeah? All right, guys, this is what we call nuts to butts.
Not quite though.
All right, so this boat ride is kind of cool. It appears as if you're just scooting along in a boat and you can steer it, but the steering wheel is not real, and it's just basically a track under the water that it's following. But it's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of theming, some like reeds in the background here, and looks like eventually we'll be going under a tiny little waterfall.
Can you find Ali the alligator?
Oh. I hope he doesn't jump up and bite me in the ass.
Aye, Captain.
Arr! All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up for us. We only have a limited time here. We got to shoot over to Sesame Place to finish out the battle of which family park is better.
I think I already have the answer to that one.
Yeah, you've been to both. So we're gonna directly put them head to head, kind of crunch some numbers for you guys and figure out if you only had one place to go, whether it be limited in time or money or both, which one you gonna pick?
Yep.
So the battle rages on. Here we go. All right, so we are in the car. I know we had promised you earlier that we were going to do a full comparison of the parks. However, the way the day has gone, we are now racing to get to Sesame Place to potentially have about 25 minutes in the park. The other thing is we are dead smack in the middle of Amish country, and there is the potential of getting stuck behind a horse and buggy. That's right.
Yes.
For those of you that do not live in this area of the country, that's a real thing. We've already seen several of them. We've seen people plowing their fields with horses. So we're just racing against the clock. So apologies in advance. We may not be able to give you a complete fair comparison. Oh look, horses.
Yes.
Yeah. We are racing against time.
And
Fingers crossed.
We'll try not to run over anybody.
We're not running over anybody. And just like that, we're in. There was nobody even checking tickets.
We made it.
Saved a couple of seconds there. What do we have, about 28 minutes, 29 minutes to
Just
get
under 30 minutes to go.
2 credits. So sorry, this is gonna be much more abbreviated than we had planned. We're not actually going to totally be able to compare these two parks in detail. However, you all have been here before, so you can kind of fill in the blanks. We are just really here because I need the 2 credits. These guys already have them, so. First up, Vapor Trail.
Keep going. Your hands up.
All right, so Vapor Trail, I dig it, man. It was super smooth, built on that hill. It actually gives it a lot of height. It's probably one of the tallest kids coasters I've been on. Kind of reminded me, the height anyway, of like a Fire Chaser Express, where it's like not a super extreme ride, but it's made extra kind of extreme feeling because of how high it is off the ground.
Right. Using the terrain.
Yeah.
So it was very smart for them to build it over that hill declining. It just, I'm sure it gives the kids a crazy extra feeling of like, wow, we're up high.
Yeah, like
But it's really just a kids coaster.
It's a nice kids coaster. There's a couple of helices and, but you know, it's tall, so that adds to the little danger factor for the kids.
But now we're ready for
Oh boy,
Ready, Set, Ride.
it's about to get
Here's
wacky.
Wacky Taxi.
So what time do you got, Dewey?
It's time to scram.
Oh, that's true.
That's what Oscar told us.
We
Say
basically
15 though for real.
Okay. So we got in line just in the nick of time, and got my first ride on Oscar's Wacky Taxi. And I gotta say, man, Gravity Group just keeps impressing me with everything that they do. This is definitely a family/thrill coaster. I can definitely see little kids getting off of that, and maybe it might be a little too intense for some of them. The theming can be deceptive because it is themed to Oscar. It's cutesy, the cars look cute. There's a lot of Sesame Street artwork everywhere, and then you get on that and it just hauls, like it really does. It's fast.
Yeah, it's just numerous airtime points. It's just
Tons of
airtime
ejector.
after airtime.
Changes of directions, great pacing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, it's like it barely qualifies as a family coaster. I'm like, that's kind of a thrill ride to me. All in all, we only got to pop in and grab the 2 credits, so I wasn't actually able to give you all a proper kind of review of this whole park and compare it to Dutch Wonderland.
But
You guys have been here
Julie and
before.
I have been to this park.
Oh, yes.
And done the
We've
full
been
experience.
all the way through, and I can tell you it is, we rode the 2 coasters. Those are really the only 2 main attractions. There are a couple other flat rides, but really nothing else that would thrill an adult. There's more, shows, meeting characters. Everything is themed and built like Sesame Street, but it's a very small park. Dutch Wonderland is the premier family theme park in Pennsylvania.
Bang for your buck. And even saying bang for your buck is a slight buck. It has everything.
Yeah.
And literally, speaking of bucks, Dewey, it is a better bang for your buck, better value.
Yeah.
I think SeaWorld, this park tickets tend to be like $70 to $90 for a day.
That's true.
And at
Yikes.
Dutch Wonderland, it was about $53 for a day ticket.
So almost half price, a little over half price.
And a lot more to do.
There's tons to do there. I mean, I can just look around as we're here. Like I said, I didn't get to go through all of this stuff and really look at it, but I can just tell by glancing around that the space is a lot more densely populated with stuff to do at Dutch Wonderland.
Absolutely.
This place is cool though. It's got amazing theming. It's cute. Kids hit you in the balls while you're trying to talk. But oh God, it got me. But and of course, if you can do both, if you have the time, or you're doing 2 separate trips, or you want to do like we did and try to squeeze both in a day, you can do that too. But if you have to pick one, I say Dutch Wonderland.
Now, I'd say the only instance where this might be the best choice for you to bring your children is if they're very small. Like if you have little infants, people in strollers, kids who maybe aren't even ready for rides yet, then this is the place to come. Because like I said, they'll see fun characters. There's a parade every day. They get to meet the characters and go to shows.
So I think that about sums it up. We, drove like bats out of hell through the Amish countryside to get here, and it was worth every life-risking turn that we made. Because that was an awesome ride. I'm glad I got my 1 ride on Wacky Taxi. We'll be back at some point if we're shooting through this way. It's always worth popping in, definitely for that. And I enjoyed Vapor Trail as well. Not a bad little coaster collection here for the kiddies. With that said though, we're gonna hit the dusty trail. We're gonna try to talk over this copyright music. And for GB Coasters, I'm Jimmy.
Gooch.
Dewey.
And we are out of here.